What's poppin'? You know how we moving, man. Titus Colosseum in the building. Yeah, my two co-hosts, they don't need no introduction. Firestone and Marako and yours truly. Let's get it. Okay, now tighten up, it's a Colosseum. Fake people, you'll never see them. Everybody authentic, dog, you can join to it, just take a DM. Everybody in the city rocking, they don't take much to be loved. I scared the doctor on my last visit with that two-tone in my blood. We don't play around, we just hold it down. They scared to play us on our side of town. Say we going through a rebuild, but are we really going through it, man? Stacking up on our receiving core, I don't see a ball going through their hands. Creeping up on our division rivals, they gon' really think that we the boogeyman. F the Ravens and the Texans, Jaguars and the Coast too. Real talk, if anybody not rocking that two-tone blue, you can catch us on a podcast. We gon' keep it real, we gon' speak fast. Always live on game day, we like Mike Keith when he yells SAG. T-I-T-A-N-S, Coliseum. We be chillin' in the front row, it don't take much for you to go and see him. T-I-T-A-N-S, Coliseum. Everybody authentic, dog, you can join to it, just take a deal.
You know what time it is. It's the Titans Colosseum podcast. Tighten the f*** up. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Titans Colosseum podcast, man. You know who I am, and you know who I'm in the building with. RJ couldn't be with us tonight. Firestone, what's poppin'?
Man, hey, man, just another good day. We got a guest here today, man. I'm excited to talk some two-tone business. Excited to pick his brain about some insider stuff in football and everything, too. So, man, I'm excited for today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as y'all can see, we got a very special guest in the building. Man, if you've been following the Titans throughout this off season, you already know who he is. He's been out here grinding, still grinding, man. Y'all make sure y'all give it up for NFL hopeful Armon Bean. Bean, what's poppin'?
What's good? What's good, man? How you doing?
Man, we're ready to get to this business with you, man. I see you out here, man. You still on the grind, man, even though, you know what I'm saying? These teams, they tripping right now. They missing out on all this great 6'2", 6'3" talent, man. Hey, we're ready for you to get to the league, homeboy.
Appreciate that, man. I think it's all about God and just God preparing you. You know, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So I'm just being patient, steady preparing myself, trying to get better every day.
For sure. So y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And make sure if you're looking for a new vehicle, y'all head over to Music City Autoplex and holler at our guy Wilson, man. Wilson gonna take good care of you. I mean, he's in it for all the right reasons. All he want to see you do is ride legit, man. So y'all make sure y'all go over to musiccityAutoplex.com, check out their inventory, because I'll tell you, man, they got that fire, man. But Firestone, you ready to get this, man? You ready to get this thing rolling, man?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, man. I've been waiting for this all day. I'm ready.
Well, we ain't gonna hold the people, man. We're gonna go ahead and get to it. So, Bean, man, like I said, man, the team, man, they've been tripping, man. They're missing out on all this talent. But just talk to us about, you know, your feelings before and after the draft.
Man, I mean, obviously I was disappointed. You know, I was sad. I did expect to receive a call, some opportunity to prove myself. That's really all I was looking for. You know, the opportunity to get in front of some personnel physically and show them what I got. You know, if it played out, it didn't. If it did, then awesome. I get that opportunity. I have not received that opportunity to physically get in front of those personnel yet, but I have been in contact with some. So, you know, there's opportunity in time, I think. I've spoken to the teams about being on hot list and possibly getting that call at some point. So I really just have to tell myself to stay patient and keep working every day, because you never know when you get that call. I've had other leagues and stuff reach out to me, speak to me, and some other teams, and it's been a process. It's been an interesting process. It's been a surprising process, but I was disappointed for sure. But I understand, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. It's all a process. And it kind of added a little chip on my shoulder, to want to go get it because, you just watching so many names come off the board, and then you're sitting at home waiting, you waiting about 3 days. And then the process after that, man, it's definitely tough. But if you love this game, you don't quit. You just keep going.
Yeah, no, and that's something we've kind of seen and noticed with your story and watching it on social media and everything that's come on during this draft process is that you are fighting, you're not giving up, even if it's the harder ways. You're going to make sure you're going to get seen, and that's what a lot of teams are going to love too. So I know you met with teams and you talked with teams before draft, maybe a little bit after draft, but now that this situation has happened, it's like a new fire underneath you, giving you a new chip, and maybe you haven't got to talk to some other teams. So what can you tell teams they're going to get in a player now, knowing everything you went through post-draft? What might have changed from pre-draft interviews to now in the player that you're going to be on the field for them?
I feel like it's something to prove. I think it's always been that, but definitely now is I want the opportunity to show the world because I realize that's what you getting out there on the field is you showcasing your God-given ability and the craft that you've worked on. But now it's just like it's that real hunger because I feel doubted. I feel in a way I feel a little disrespected. Me being me. How competitive I am. It kind of it rubs me the wrong way. But at the same time, it excites me because it gives you the opportunity to say the sky's the limit, because if you're starting at the bottom, if you're starting coming through where you just barely got your foot in the door, then no one's gonna expect anything of you, So whenever you do what you're supposed to do, it's gonna blow up, and people are gonna say, well, man, this kid came from nowhere. Well, I've always earned everything I've gotten, so this ain't nothing new to me, I'm just gonna go out there, try to earn my keep.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that mentality of I don't necessarily got to prove everybody wrong, but I got to prove myself right. And I already know y'all just give me that stage, y'all give me that avenue, and I'm gonna show y'all what I've already been doing for years.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people that have known me growing up and like my family and people I play with like around the country, teammates and stuff. Like a lot of them know, like they know what's up. So I think it's been surprising through this whole process of people that have reached out to me, talked to me, the fans that have reached out, said something to me all across the country, Titans fan especially, but like just in general, NFL fan base. I've heard people from Germany, from France, like it's mind blowing to me. And like every time I open up my phone, somebody's reaching out, checking in, like, hey man, and I'm just like, yeah, man, no, I'm still on it. Like, if you're in it, I'm in it with you, no doubt. Like I'm not giving up on myself. It's great to see other people that, can see something in me and want me to get that opportunity, man. It's a blessing. It's awesome. Having this opportunity like this, it's man, I can't even put it in words. It's great. It's definitely going to be a journey.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So what you been doing to stay prepared?
Man, I've been in the weight room. I'm actually the head trainer at Gold's Gym in Memphis. So I've been kind of just training people, training myself. I've been hitting the field. I've been doing a lot of mental work. I've still been doing film study, trying to get a better understanding of defenses, like looking at NFL concepts and stuff. I've taken some looks at some playbooks to see what they typically look like, what I would be thrown into if I got that opportunity so that I'm more prepared than I would be if I didn't prepare. So kind of a little bit of everything. I've been if you tune into my Instagram, I've been posting some of the stuff I've been doing, just like kind of building some stability and strength in myself and my body, as well as working on some skill stuff, doing hand-eye coordination stuff, ball skill stuff. Just yeah, I'm trying to get better about it. My friends have been pushing me on it, like, hey man, you need to make a YouTube. You need to like be like recording this, people to see this. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to me being me. Like I try to take hold of the whole 24 hours, as much as I can. Like I looked a lot of Kobe Bryant and how he managed himself and how he got the most out of his time and his sessions and getting 3-4 days in. So like I've kept that mentality in college. I'm trying to continue that mentality now, whether I return back to school, whether I'm moving forward and I'm truly taking on the path of being a professional. I'm trying to tweak things, man, to the best I can. So when that time comes, like I'm far more prepared for it than I would have been if I got that call on draft day, if I got that call after, and that's what I'm trying to think. Like maybe it hasn't happened yet because he's like, hey, just fix this. Just change this. Hey, I need you to get over this. I need you to prepare this, and when it comes, I won't even expect it to happen like that because he's done that before in my life specifically. So I can't really deny he would do that, and I can't doubt that he would because I've watched it happen. When I got on to Mississippi State, like he came out of nowhere. When I had given up, when I had thought it wasn't gonna happen, I completely went past the thought of it ever happening for me. He opened up that door like it was nothing, and so I'm gonna be ready. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because there's those moments. There's those moments, right? Like what you're talking about is that, and I can't remember who told me this or where I heard it from, but it was like, be careful what you ask God for and what blessings you ask for, because He might just give them to you to show you that you're not able to handle because you're complaining about going through a storm and why haven't I got this yet? And sometimes He's going to give you that blessing just to show you you're not ready for it, rather than just stay the course, take the lessons He's giving you, because He's building you into the person that you need to be able to receive that blessing, so you don't ruin that blessing as well. So it's good you have that mentality and that mindset of understanding too. It's like, it's not nothing picking on me. It's the fact that maybe I haven't learned everything I need to learn, so I'll excel at that next point. But you're doing all the right steps, man. We watching. We definitely be watching. I definitely be seeing your Instagram too. Was scrolling through there today, seeing. So, bro, stay the course. Stay what you're doing, man. Keep grinding. I had a question, like, what system do you see yourself fitting in? Do you feel like you can be in any type of scheme, fit, or system, or is there a certain fit for you that you're necessarily looking for?
To answer that question, I'm going to say I'm completely scheme versatile. If you need a defensive back, period, across the board, left, right corner, nickel, safety, free or strong, I can handle whatever you need me to handle. But I feel my best portion of my game and what I can do on the field. I definitely think I'm very valuable on the inside, like doing nickel blitzes and taking on a lot of those skill, core skill players that you're gonna see on the inside. But I also think I have the ability to be somebody's number one corner and be outside, press man, long 4-down corners. I feel like I can do that and follow someone across the board. So me speaking grass, and me personally, I would say I'm versatile, man. And what I don't know, I want to learn. I'm eager to learn. I'm just looking for someone that has that knowledge and wants to give it. I'm a very coachable kid. I believe I've always been coachable. I believe if you ask someone that's been around me, they'll tell you the same. I want to learn. I'm a student of the game. So if I don't know the scheme, haven't played it before, I'm trying to figure it out myself. It's like puzzle pieces to me, man.
And who better to learn from Denard Wilson and Chris Harris? You know what I'm saying?
Why you talk like that, Bob?
And I saw some of his tweets, man. He was talking about, and I tweeted at him too. I tweeted at whoever posted it, and it was Denard talking about how he likes his corners and how he wants them playing, and like it really just gets me. Like it gets me, man. Like that's where like that's exactly the type of mindset. If you have a coach above you that's making the calls, that's going in with like building the game plan, that he has the mindset that I want to be around, just that aggression. I want to go at your neck. I want to go at your throat. I want to try to take you to the sideline. I don't want you getting off any free release. I want to put hands on and yeah, I want to be right there. I want the ball. I feel like if you're throwing over there, period, you're throwing to me. So I want you to show me where the ball is. We're going to go step for step. And that's the type of corners he likes, type of DBs he likes. So I feel like I fit right in, It's home too. So it's just like, but I'm going to be patient, I'm going to be patient. I've heard good things from that side. I mean, I've heard discouraging things, but I've heard positive things that let me know like that is there. That is a possibility that can happen anytime. So I'm just gonna keep my head up. You know, they got my contact, so they know where I'm at. You know, we holding down in Memphis, trying to get it every day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I saw some of that in your film on YouTube, man. I know you've been putting your film up out there or whatnot, man. And man, just to see, how willing you are as a tackler and just, your mentality, like you not trying to let that man get that football by any means necessary. I mean, it's to a point where you don't even want the quarterback throwing their way. And if they do, it's going to be a problem, man. So just talk about, where you got that mentality from.
Man, honestly, my dad definitely, and my brother BJ, his junior, they definitely instilled that from me. I picked that up from watching and kind of idolizing Prime Time and seeing how much, there's a difference between a lockdown corner and a shutdown corner. And I feel like a lockdown guy, you can limit somebody. Lockdown, L limit, a shutdown guy, you completely take them out the game. You don't even throw their way. You don't even look at them, like you're wasting your time even looking on that side of the field. And I feel like that's the presence I bring. That's what I look to bring, and I'm not much of a talker unless I'm spoken to, on the field and whatnot. But I feel like, you just being out there, and I want a receiver to feel like, just, man, you can't get me off. Like this guy's everywhere I go, he's right here. I want you to feel me. That's what I always say. So I don't know. I think I just kind of always, it took me a while because, like, personally speaking, I'm a very, I try to be an approachable person. So I know I'm a bigger guy. So, I might be scared of some people and whatnot. It took me a while to get to bring that out on the field, like fully allow that aggression to come. And I know that's rare and valuable in corners and defensive back. You got a lot of guys that aren't willing tacklers. So I try to pride myself on my physicality and coming down and being a willing hitter and, being aggressive at the line and stuff, like aggressive in route in general, just being an aggressive player. I pride myself in being a football player. So I'm a tough kid. I know I'm out there playing with the pretty boys and stuff, but I like to get in the dirt, like I like to get out there and go get it, So I think primarily my dad's though. To answer your question, primarily my dad's, but I've had different people in my life that I've looked up to that I've took pieces from.
And plus, too, you from Memphis, man. So we already know how y'all get down in Memphis, man. Y'all,
yeah, man.
Y'all stingy, man. Y'all want y'all own stuff, man.
Right. Yeah, we like our own. We like with our own name on and everything,
For sure. But man, let me go ahead and get some shout outs, man. Shout out to Daniel watching tonight, man. Shout out to Josh and Pooh, D9 in the building, Bryson Haley in the building, man. Y'all check out Bryson Haley on YouTube, man. Slim Hustle, he actually made a good comment. The young man has the chip on his shoulder. I like it. Get him in count. And man, I just noticed, just from you being on here the little time that you've been on here or whatnot, I've seen a demeanor change. I mean, just looking at your previous interviews, which, were great. And if y'all ain't watched, any of those previous interviews, man, y'all make sure y'all head over to the Titan Upload Network over on YouTube. Hit up Titans Anderson. Who else? Oh God, I went blank that day. Mr. Titan, golly, how I'm gonna forget about Mr. Titan, man?
Yeah, he gonna call you later.
Man, he gonna call me and tell me about myself, man. But man, y'all head over to Mr. Titan's YouTube, man, and watch the full story. But like I said, man, I could just tell by those interviews versus what you telling us here that it's definitely a demeanor change. Something is like clicking inside of you. I can, sense that hunger coming from you.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it really that's coming kind of, I say today is a wake-up call. I told y'all before when we were off live and everything, I just had a car accident about 2 days ago. So that was kind of a wake-up call for me. I really could have lost my life, and God spared me, and I was able to walk away, almost completely unharmed. So it's a different grind. You know what I'm saying? It's a different mentality. I definitely had that before, and these past 48 hours I've had a lot more. That nothing's promised, nothing's guaranteed. So you got to go out there and really give it your best shot. And I feel like that's kind of what Memphis stands for. Like we very gritty, we very like trying to get it out the mud type mentality. But I feel like as a whole, Tennessee's a very man, I don't even know how to say it. It's kind of the same mentality. It's just not as dangerous as it comes. Tennessee's got a nicer smile. It's more grit in the teeth. Like I'm hard working, blue collar. Like like those. I think that's kind of just how I've been my whole life. And I feel like it's coming out more because I'm getting older and I'm experiencing different things. And I'm just realizing how much I really want to do this and how dedicated I've been my whole life, and I wanted to continue that to get out of it what I put in. I want to get out what I put in. I've been putting bricks since I was probably about 9 years old. That's when I made a decision in my mind is what I wanted to do. So I can't really give up on myself now. That kind of defeat the whole purpose of everything else. So it's definitely a wake up call because if you get that opportunity, you can only get one shot. So you got to be ready for it, and you don't want to miss out because you never know when it's gonna come. So you're approaching days different. The training you're approaching a lot different. You're a lot more locked in, alert. You're really trying to, in the job that I'm doing, working as a trainer. I'm in depth, getting an understanding of my body, as well as approaching being a professional and how to take care of your body as you're training and understanding, your dietitian and whatnot. Not being in the college program and stuff. It's a lot different approach about things, but I definitely say, that chip grows. That chip grows every day. And I get hungrier and I don't get frustrated about it anymore. I kind of just trust, it's just keep working. It's fun to me. I got myself back to the point where it was just like remembering how much I love football and playing this game and how much fun I've had with it and the people I've met, the places it's took me, that it was just no point in getting frustrated in that happening for you at that time, because there's a lot of talent that doesn't even get the opportunity to ever, get in front of those eyes or touch those fields that go, overlooked, unnoticed. And though I don't think that I'll miss out on that opportunity, at times it can get discouraging. And at times, you want to doubt yourself. But I've been in, battles my whole life. So I feel like I just been prepared and I'm just continuing that preparation every day. So that's kind of that mindset.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and we kind of talked a little bit about this off air too before we came on too. But you got another year eligibility, so it's just weighing that options now. Okay, we're waiting for a call. UFL, CFL is a possibility. Going back to college is a possibility. So where is your mindset at kind of right now? What you're kind of leaning more towards being the option, or what you're hopeful is going to be happening this offseason? Which lane are you leaning towards more?
Family. Like honestly, that's this family, man, because I I realize that this sport could be taken from me at any point in time. So like I just want to be close to my people, whether that be my daughter, having her, I really want to figure out a situation I can have her as close as possible to me. I don't have to spend much time away from her while I'm visiting her a bunch. So it's hard to be away from that family. And then, as well as my dad. My dad's fighting stage 4 cancer, so I've spent 2 years away from him being in Kansas, and I don't really want to continue being that far away from him. And just the rest of my family here in Memphis, and I got a lot of people out here and close by. So, but honestly, whatever comes, man. If I get that call, if it's the right opportunity, I know my family's gonna support me and gonna have my back regardless. So I know, I don't want to be. They told me not to be too anchored about it, and just go chase your dreams and go get, what you work for. Because I know they've been here this whole time, so they've seen it. But I want to be home, man. I want to be near in the vicinity. If I'm not, if college, there's a school somewhere in this, this little city here and then there's an NFL team somewhere in this state. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. There's been conversations. There's been things. I'm not gonna say too much. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm excited to see what God has in store. Because it's already written. So I just know I'm not giving up. And I'm gonna keep working every single day, trying to better myself, and I'm gonna get that call, and I'm gonna get that opportunity, whether it be playing college, and you get another opportunity to go through the draft process and experience this, and they know who you are already, and now they're coming to get you, or taking a shot in the UFL or CFL, or you getting that call, because that can still happen. You really don't know. And that's the kind of scary part, the exciting part about it. So
Right.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready, man, for sure. But Michael brought up a comment, and shout out to John. Got some technical difficulties going on Facebook right now, man. But I got the link posted up over there for my Facebook family. Shout out to Julie watching tonight. Michael brought up a question. I'm from Mississippi too, by the way. So I'm from Northeast Mississippi, man. I'm, right by Tennessee State line, 2 hours outside of Memphis. He want to know, how did you like it in Mississippi, man?
Man, I've spent a good bit of time in Mississippi in childhood, and then I spent some time there in football in college, or playing football in college. And I enjoy Mississippi, man. It's peaceful. It's kind of a calm feeling. I like going fishing. Me and my friends, we fish a lot. That's always a fun thing that keeps us out of trouble and stuff. So we be fishing. Mudding and stuff out here is always fun. I love doing that. I try to stay away from it too much, because I realize, like, my body, everything, don't want to do that.
Protect that body, bro.
I've done that before, and that's kind of why, like, Mississippi, I went on the spring break trip, and I got on the bike, and I got injured, and that's why I left Mississippi State, kind of long term. Short story, yeah. I had messing around on those little crazy things, so I try to have fun out here, but it's the same thing. It's so quiet. Sometimes you think it's boring, but at the same time, there's a lot to do out here. You just kind of gotta have the right people around you. But I love Mississippi. It's very nice out here. Like, it's the environment at Mississippi State, in Starkville, like in the stadium there, man, it was crazy. It was lit. Like, it was insane. The games there. I remember playing, going to the Egg Bowl, and that experience, getting, to be a part of that history. I have cousins and stuff that are enshrined in that legacy, and have played at Mississippi State, and have played at Ole Miss, and that whole battle, and to be added to that, it was awesome. Definitely one of the highlights of my career, of my college career. Definitely love. I got love for Mississippi. I'll say that. I got love for Mississippi for sure.
For sure, man. Y'all like our distant cousins, man. I consider Memphis, like, like I said, distant cousins, man, because we so daggone close to Memphis, and Olive Branch is, right outside of Memphis. So I mean, hey, man, Memphis and Mississippi is like this right here.
Yeah. It's really it's really just spreading out to there, to Olive Branch and South Haven, like really East Memphis and like Whitehaven area, all spreading out there. Like, kids going to school spreading out there, like people moving out there. So it's all the same thing pretty much. Like, a lot of people are just moving out there, and yeah. But Memphis is getting bad, man. It's dangerous out here. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
yeah, man, I hate to see it, man. It ain't the same old Memphis that I remember when I was growing up. Because when I was growing up, man, it was like Memphis was the place to be. You had the malls there, and you had Liberty Land, and now it's like, if you ain't going to a Grizzly game, you might not want to go to Memphis.
I came home to see Ja, and I thank God I got to see Ja play. It was right before he got injured. He played like 4 games. So I think I saw him like the third game right before he got hurt. And I was like, I came home from school from Pitt. I got to experience that. Yeah, if you can't go to Bill for real. You can't go out to can't go to grocery stores no more. I don't know, man. It's crazy out here. I can't even drive on the highway. I was on 240 when that crash happened. So like, I'm just trying to stay inside, like stay
That's
inside, and
supposed to be. Even
then,
in Nashville, it's like
yeah.
that too, man.
Nashville's got so much more like going on positively though. Like when I was in Nashville, when man, and I'll say this now. I'll say this now because I didn't say this or put this out anyway. So this is an exclusive Titans Colosseum. I'll say that. Okay, so then during the draft process, when I was trying to get that workout, I actually right after recording with Titan Upload, I drove, and they knew about this. I drove about 8 hours from Kansas to Nashville, Tennessee, and spent a couple of days in Nashville. Tried to go up to the facility and stuff, and ended up positives came out of it, and that's how I'm aware that I'm on their hot list and like that I'm on their mind, that I'm in consideration that I might get a call or whatnot. But that experience, like going to Nashville, I hadn't really I've been there. My sister had lived down there, but I never really got to go out in the city. And the food, like Memphis, is like, but I'm just like, man, like I just don't want to leave. Like I don't want to leave. Like I feel like it's borders and everything kind of closing in on me, and it's like, nah, Armon, like we can just stay here. And I'm just like, like it could be so sweet, man. I'm only trying to go on vacations. We go visit. I want to go to Kansas, go see Kansas. I want to go to Las Vegas, go see. You know what I'm saying. So, I don't know what God's gonna do, but we gonna see, man.
Man, was it the hot chicken or what was it that made you say, man, look, man, Nashville is something serious?
Wings, man. I had some wings. That's what we like over here. We like wings, man. You gotta have the sauce, the honey gold. You gotta be right. So like, I was like, man, it hit. That's it hit. It. I was like, yeah. I was like, I was like, this is what the food tastes like. I was like, man, and I'm sitting. I was crazy downtown and stuff. It's crowded. It was traffic was crazy, but it was like there's so much life in that city. It's beautiful. I feel like it's so much building, so much in the right direction going with that city, and then with Titans as well as a team, as an organization. I'm even with how the draft process played out and stuff, it hasn't hurt or affected me as a Titans fan. I'm still happy because it's great to see that. It's great to see the two-tone blue. Like they getting ready. Something big is coming. And you either on that ship or you're not on that ship. I'm on that ship. I'm trying to get a special seat up on that ship. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah, we know what you're talking about.
yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it, man. As far I separate myself, as a prospect and as a person, but we still, tighten up over here. We still get excited. I'm still keeping up with things, watching some of the OTAs and stuff, the drills they're going through, seeing the players move, watching their bodies and stuff, and watching kind of the battles that are happening within their training camps. It's still, yeah. I'm locked in with y'all. I'm waiting just like y'all waiting now. I'm just working while I'm doing it.
For sure, man. And I'm glad you brought that up, man, because we done spent the first part of the show talking about Armon Bean, the player, but now we're ready to hear from Armon Bean, the Titan fan, because we know you bleed two-tone blue, man. So, man, I just want to get your thoughts on the Titans off season, man, and just talk about some of your favorite moves, man.
Man, honestly, okay, and y'all are gonna say this is really confusing, but the entire draft process, like the whole 3 days, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for my name to get called. I'm watching y'all, like I'm watching the Titans fan base. We're getting what we need. These are dogs. They're like they did not shoot wrong. Like, man, Ryan was in there like pa pa pa, like just knocking them down, and like I'm excited. I think I really liked that first round pick. I like the receiver we picked up late round. And I saw some good moves. I like the fact that the second round we went and picked up that D tackle. I think Sweat was like talent wise. I understand, people have things happen. We're all human. Things occur. But I feel like that was a great move. I think there was value in that pick. I think they made a lot of good decisions. I didn't see Aaron even with them not picking me. Now I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think I definitely believe that they are headed in the right direction. Like no doubt about it. And then not only that, they got my boy DJ. They got Dylan Johnson, man. They went and got Dylan Johnson.
He might make the team, man. I mean, sure, he made some noise in college, most definitely.
Man, he's a dog, man. He's a hard worker. He's a good dude, man, he's one of the most humble people I've ever come across in life. Like, I love that guy. Genuine love for that guy. He's a dog. So actually, his birthday was I think yesterday before yesterday. I texted him and he hit me back. Man, that guy, like that, two-tone blue. That I love that. I'm loving what I'm seeing there. I'm seeing Tony and Tajay. Man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Woo! Yeah, I'm seeing it. So I'm excited, man. As a person, you ask me personally, internally, I try not to put that too much out because I understand there's different teams distributing me and whatnot, and they'll be looking at me in different places. But I have been open that I've always been a Titans fan since I've been a kid. So like, man, seeing everything in OTA, some videos I'm seeing, man, people they look good. They look really, really good. And I think it's crazy to me. I'm seeing all these posts about them being so low ranked, everybody doubting them. I'm like, are y'all not seeing? Are we getting different scouting reports? They're like, what's going on, man?
Because if any other team did this, they'd be praising them. Oh, they're ready to make a run. They're gonna go from last to first, and all that. They gonna do it. And then yet they're still like, oh, y'all done all this. Oh, you're gonna be worse than last year. This is a way better team than we had last year. How the hell are we gonna be worse? I don't get it.
Like you gave them time, and now they're building a strong culture, and they're all buying in because they see it as well, and that's cool to see from the outside. And as well as like I just spoken to a few of the Titans players, like it's real, it's genuine there. So it's exciting to see as the season is approaching what that's going to look like, and to have all the people that are against the Titans, that are doubting the Titans, that are saying that this isn't not, and it's not even that the Titans fans are saying, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl right now. Like, no one's saying that. It's just like we're saying you're not seeing what they're Brand's cooking. He's cooking.
Y'all get that merch.
He's got the recipes right. He's making it happen. Like, and I'm seeing this, being a prospect, being a player and whatnot, and it's also being a fan. We're in the right direction. And I try not to get caught up by outside noise because I enjoy and I find a lot of happiness in proving people wrong. It makes me feel good. I get joy out of that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, trying to tell me you can't do something or you're not gonna be able to do something, and then you go out there and give it to them exactly how they asked for it. Yeah, I love that. So I think it's gonna be an exciting season. I'm excited to see how it boils down because they really have a shot, regardless of anybody saying, like, you can look at if you look at that depth chart, that roster, it is too much talent on that team for them not to do better than what they did last year. You know what I'm saying? And you got a healthy quarterback that's ready to attack you, and he's not on the media at all. He's just handling business. And they linked up, people getting there's bonds and stuff, and those play big roles in games and teams and culture. That team they're becoming a unit, and you can see it from the outside, and the hype behind it with the city, and then the fans across the country. Like, this is going to be a run. This is going to be a run.
Yeah, and see, I'm like you as well. Maybe it's a little stubbornness. Maybe You know, it's just my competitiveness in me. But tell me I can't do something. I promise you, I will put every bit of energy and effort in my body to make sure to prove you that I can do this. I promise you,
You
I
know,
will do this. If it takes my last breath, I'm gonna make this happen. So I'm that same way too.
yeah, I've been that way my whole life. I think I'm finally getting to the point. I've proved so many people wrong in life because I was told I'd never play college football. I was told I'd never play Division I football or get scholarships and all that stuff. Like I was told that directly from people that were coaching me and that were doubting me. So like I've had that negativity in my mind. So that always just pushed me, man. And it continues. You know, for me, uh I try to turn every negative into a positive, you know, and I don't really have the mindset as I'll just take it for what it is. I'm gonna try so hard to make it into what I want it to be, and I'm not gonna take no for an answer. I'm that kid that's gonna keep knocking up on your door. I'm the kid that's gonna keep, like making phone calls. Trying to like, I'm that kid. I'm the guy that's gonna show up every single day until you give me the opportunity. I've done it before. It's worked out for me before. So I
Hey,
don't have thought in my mind really about giving up or slowing down or any of that. I see myself there. I know, I've been around guys in the league. I've spoken to guys in the league. I've trained the guys in the league. I kind of know and have an idea of where I'm at, where I match out of. And of course, everyone says it's opinion, but football is football. The tape say what the tape say. So
yeah.
you just get ready to prove those doubters wrong when those opportunities come. And I'm gonna get those opportunities. I think the Titans are gonna get the opportunity. I think Dylan Johnson is gonna get that opportunity. I think good things are in the horizon,
Yeah. You know what they say, man. Closed mouth don't get fed, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So, bro, keep making your noise. You're gonna get that attention. You're gonna get it.
Heard that.
For sure. Hey, so you hinted a little bit on our next topic we wanted to talk to you about. And just watching your previous interviews, man, you talked about rivalries. You got me hyped up. I ain't gonna lie. You got me hyped up when you got to acknowledging that Egg Bowl and things went how they went. Didn't get that opportunity to just, be, in that game or whatnot. But I ain't gonna lie. You bleed two-tone blue and you know what I'm saying, you trying to make some things happen. But if you get a phone call from somebody, you got to jump on it. It don't matter what NFL team. So I ain't gonna have you say too much, but man, who is your favorite rival within the division as a Titans fan?
All right. And there's a lot that plays into this. You asked me a very serious question, okay? Because someone very close to me plays on the Jaguars. And I have told him since I was a little kid and I was 2-3 feet smaller than him that I was going to lock him up when I got the opportunity. And I spoke with the Jaguar scout at the pro day, and we were talking about him. I'm not going to say a name because I feel like he's doing what he's doing in the league right now. So I feel like that opportunity is bound to happen. And it's crazy because how it's all played out. But Jaguars, man, I don't want to start no beef. I don't want to start beef.
No.
All I'm saying is, look, I just
think, hey, ain't no love lost over here, man. We know what you bleed, man.
I feel
business and personal separate. We understand that.
I feel like that game is because that's just the culture of two different organizations. Like they're both, it's big. It's really head hitting. Like I'm trying to take you out. It's always going to be a tough game, tough matchup. So I definitely say the Jaguars, or the Colts, and I hate that too because there's a lot of times with the Colts too, and the Colts. I know the Colts are interested in me as well. So, but those two, if I'm coming from a Titans perspective, if I'm in that seat, the seat we're talking about, Yeah, Jaguars are. They. I don't want to see it. I don't want
See,
to.
Marako?
Anything. And I'm that type of person. Like you get me, Marco. Like Morocco, you. I get giddy about those type of matchups. Like rivalry week, like high school, I was like that. College, I was like that. I imagine I'll be at the NFL. Like you see, you're always gonna get the most out of me, but it brings out a different beast when it's that type of matchup. Like it means more. You can ask any of my teammates from Mississippi State. You can ask Dylan Johnson this because he was there. I turned that switch. If it's on already, it gets turned up to extra voltage. Like I be on timing. I don't allow like I be in that mode because I understand those games do mean more. You know, it's all just rivals, and people say old rivals, and they're not rivals anymore. You know, those rivalries matter, man. Those games are big. Those matchups mean something to fan bases, any platform, any level. Yeah, man, it's serious. It's the real deal. So
See,
those are
Morocco, yeah. See, Morocco, you done did it. We done pissed off the Jags and got Calvin Ridley from under their nose, and Brian's out here bragging about it. Now the Jags like, oh, we can go get the guy they slept on, turn him into a star in the hometown here. Oh, let's go get that guy and get back in the Titans. I see what you're doing there, Morocco. I see.
Hey man, like I said, man, whoever called, no matter who it is, man, you got to take that opportunity, man. Ain't no love lost over here, man. And man, look, man, I've been on here ranting about rivalries because I feel like some of our fellow fans I feel like some of them don't, take rivalries as seriously as me and you take them. Because just like you said, man, I mean, there's, the games that you play, but then there's your rivals. I mean, it's a different mentality when you're going up against your rivals. It's like, you take that mentality into every single game. But with your rival, I mean, you getting all of that and more. Ain't no friendly nothing. Yeah. I mean, it's straight, it's straight up for 4 straight quarters. And after that right there, hey, man, we ain't finna do none of that, man. I'll see you back on the field. We'll shake hands in all season.
I experienced a crazy rivalry, Pittsburgh State versus Central Missouri. And my cousin played for Central Missouri. And we played at Southwind in East Memphis. We played together at Southwind and then ended up being in the same conference in college. And we ended up being co-conference champions. So the first year, I got my ring, and I won overall. We went undefeated in the conference. The second year, we had beat them, but we lost to another team in conference, and they beat that team and lost to us. So we ended up being co-conference champs. And, like, every year we come home, when we sit on Christmas, like when we sit down and stuff, and we'd be talking, we were talking about that conference championship and that rivalry game. Like we had the day we were talking about, it was already, hey, I want you to know I love you, this and that. We had our talks before, but when that week come up, I don't want to hear from you. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I don't want to see you. When I see you, I'll see you after I see you. It was that type of situation. Like those games are heated, man. Like if you're in those locker rooms, if you're around those environments, it means something because it's a culture to it all. It's all about history, whether it be high school, college, or anything. Like those games have always meant something. When you see them on the schedule, you know that game, you gotta win that game. Mm-hmm. You gotta win that game. It's the same way in the NFL. I feel like people get less rowdy about it when it gets to the NFL, but I feel like that's when it, really, really matters because like you're really representing like your home city or your area where you're raised or where you grew up, where you're from, or whoever you picked up when you were young, and I feel like that you hold on to that for your life and that's who your fan base is. So I feel like when those rivalry games come up, it shows between you and your friends, you got to let them know what you know what's going on, so if Titans winning on Sunday, Monday, that's what's going on,
Right. Man, that part right there was dope, man. Made me want to just clip that whole little segment right there and put it out there by itself, man. But hey, man, we gonna take a trip around the league with you, babe, man. The 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk, man. They going through it right now, man. I mean, they got a lot. They got a lot going on, man. And Brandon Aiyuk was, I guess this was leaked or whatever, but he was on FaceTime talking with quarterback for the Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels, and you can put two and two together and figure out what he's talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got me vlogging this shit.
Bro, what?
What happened, bro?
They said they don't want me back. I swear.
Oh damn!
Man,
Mama!
I gotta say it, man. You can put two in. He been making some tweets too, man. He been, some tweeting.
I thought it was just rumors. But that's straight from the horse's mouth. So like, dang,
that's his TikTok too.
God, like he's, you know what I'm saying? That's Brandon Aiyuk. Like that's crazy. What you mean they don't want him back? That's wow. Ooh. Hey man, I mean, I saw that. I peeped that on Twitter. I peeped that on Twitter, but I don't know if they're looking to add to the receiver core like that, because there's a difference between what the fan base and what the people think the team needs and what that front office thinks they actually need, and with the weapons they have at their disposal and who they have on that depth chart and roster. Because I've looked, I sat down, took the time, did my due diligence, watched some film, did some analysis myself. I don't know. I think it's a possibility. I think it definitely will be a price range thing because they could not want him because of what he's asking for something, or down the line, you never know. But that would be scary.
Yeah, man.
For anybody in the division, for the league to have all of that in 110, like the offense is just booming right now. Like you got every spot has something you just don't want to deal with. So I really, this gets scary season. So like if I'm out here, y'all you better come get me because there's problems out here. Yeah. Look, if you need somebody, that can get the job done for you. I do personal sideline escorts. You can't call me. Yeah, hit me up. I'm here. I can make it happen. Anybody in the division that need it, let me know. The Titans, they seem to be situated right now, but I got a lot in my package. So give me a call. I got some services. Maybe we can work something out.
Yeah, for sure, man. And wide receiver market, it's getting crazy right now, man. Like you said, man, it's most definitely a money thing with Brandon Aiyuk and the 49ers because they got a quarterback that they probably gonna have to get ready to pay. Then they got to figure out the situation with Debo. They just gave Christian McCaffrey an extension. So I mean, hey, man, he could. Brandon Aiyuk could, be coming over to the AFC or the AFC South. You never know. And Titans, you're gonna need some help on the in the secondary, man. So, like my guy said, hey, keep your eyes on him, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. Hey. Make sure y'all head over to MusicCityAutoplex.com, man, and check out their inventory, man. And if you like something you see, go on down there and holler at my guy Wilson, man. Wilson gonna take good care of you. And he's also a Titan fan, man. So we gonna look out for each other. But yeah, man. So we were talking about Brandon Aiyuk, possibility. Titans, I don't see it just happening just because. But in your opinion, and Firestone, you as well, what do y'all think? What do y'all think the best fit for Brandon Aiyuk is?
I know he's hinted at Steelers because he's made that joke that everybody says him and Mike Tomlin look alike. I know that's been a joke, and especially with the wide receiver room that they have with Wilson and with Fields now, you couldn't help but get him another piece of a target outside of Pickett or Pickens. I always confuse those two up. I think it's Pickens. But that's a possibility. You could probably see Giants because I don't really see if San Francisco either trades him off, let's all this go. I don't see them actually letting him go to a rival or somebody that's actually going to compete, that's going to bite them in the ass later, that keeps them from going to the Super Bowl. I would think they'd either trade him to the AFC or they would trade him to a team like, some of these teams used to do in the other days. Like, you wanted to be difficult in these situations, we're going to go send you to a sucky ass team for you to figure this shit out for a couple of years, because they tend to do that from time to time. So it's just about how John and them are going to handle this. Are we going to send him to a team that he feels he can succeed in and prospers from, or do we want to boost our ego and make a point here and send you wherever we want, so we make an example out of you so other players don't try this shit later on when we come down to negotiation tactics? But Steelers, Giants are some possibilities I think of, but I think a good landing spot for him probably be somewhere like Atlanta, even though that's kind of off. Jags would absolutely love and would need him. They don't have a wide receiver core, and you just sit there and pay Trevor Lawrence, but I don't know if you could pay Brandon Aiyuk that money after what you just paid Trevor neither. So, I think mostly Steelers.
For sure. Bean, what you think about it? Best fit for Brandon Aiyuk?
I want to side with Firestone here. Honestly, because I kind of like the idea of him being in retirement. I think I could definitely work that out. Because the type of environment that Tomlin has as a coach on that team, and like what direction the Steelers are going, with that man, I think players gravitate towards people like him. So even if you're taking a pay cut, or it's a sacrifice, it's usually worth it being to play in that type of environment, with that type of guy behind you. So those are the type of coaches you run through the wall for. So I could see that happening, but you never know in this NFL league like what's gonna happen. It's always like a toss up, because deals are interesting, especially when you really look down and look at the numbers. So I don't know. I think the Steelers are definitely a possible. I think they're definitely in that conversation. That could possibly be, but I can't tell you something for sure, because man, the not for long league, like it's like you never know what's gonna happen. Like, I didn't think OBJ was gonna end up in Miami. Like, what, And I met OBJ personally. Like, I saw him a couple months ago, and I didn't think he was gonna be in Miami playing this upcoming season. So I don't even know, man. I can't tell you.
And I'll throw this team out there, which I don't see it happening, but it's still a possibility for them, just because they would have the cap space and they need their rebuilding as well, is Carolina Panthers. They would need something for their young wide receiver too. I just couldn't see Brandon Aiyuk wanting to go to the Panthers, though.
I don't know. Yeah, he just can't. Yeah, coming from San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah, man. He got to be somewhere. Not,
that's a whole different culture.
Yeah, not to downplay Carolina, but Carolina, they still in the middle of their rebuilding stages, and Brandon Aiyuk, man, I mean, whichever team he goes to, man, he's going to be expecting to compete. But speaking about the Steelers, man, we're gonna talk about the Steelers a little bit more, along with their rivals, the Browns, the Bengals, and the Ravens, because that whole division will be on the in-season version of Hard Knocks. And I'm telling you, that's going to be must-see TV, man. I mean, you already know what time it is with the AFC North, and, the Titans. We done tasted our, fair share of the AFC North. Most recently, our little situation we've been having with the Bengals, and then, those AFC Central battles with the Steelers, and exchanging wins and losses back and forth with the Ravens, the whole thing about the away team winning between us and Baltimore, man. I mean, we know about this division right here, man, and them being on Hard Knocks, I mean, it's gonna be great, man. Your thoughts on it, though, B?
Man, I'm kind of just sitting back and for the first time in my life, and then I'm almost at this as well as this process because that's what y'all asking a lot about. Don't expect anything, just work. And I feel like with the weapons they put in, that's kind of what's going on in a lot of these OTAs and stuff, and we're gonna see a kind of a highlight of that with the Hard Knocks, and I'm excited to see what's going on in some of these OTAs, the competition, who's been the vocal leaders and whatnot on the teams, who's really been making plays, who's moving as a unit, how are people looking before the season comes up. But I think it's a big process of just working, putting your head down and working, and I'm thankful that we get to have the Hard Knocks and get that insight and stuff like that. But man, it's crazy. I haven't really ever got to fully sit back and be in a seat and just be a fan entirely because I've always been preparing for my own season as I'm watching seasons. So it's interesting, and as I'm getting older, and more of my roots and whatnot, and then being home with my dad because my dad's, he's crazy about it as well, and how important it's dope to see how big of a thing football is in life in America and like in the world even, because I'm hearing stuff from all over the country. It's dope to see that and to see it's even being broadcasted like the insights where they're giving you the insight of being in the NFL training camps with those players and live, like, man, it's dope to see how big this game is and the impact I'm seeing on kids. Even being like, I went to I had ran into Coach OTB. If y'all have heard like the Destroying 101s and stuff, I had run into them in Vegas when I was down there for the Super Bowl weekend, and I mentioned to him about maybe coming to Memphis and doing one of the Destroying 101s here. And yesterday they actually did it in not in Memphis, but right outside in Clarksville. You couldn't do it in Memphis because how I get. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they
close
was
as
out
Memphis as you could.
Yeah, as close as you could get. It was out there for 10 bands. You know how they get out here. So like they had to do it electronically and whatnot. But they did get to do the event and have, man, all of Memphis showed out. Anthony Miller was there, like Sleepy was there. Everybody was there. It was awesome. And just to see the impact it's having on kids and like, man, to see how young they are, how fast they progressing, man. It's dope to see it bottom from top and to have walked through it myself and see where my journey's going. It's, man, I love football, bro. I really love football.
Yeah. And man, dude, I love it for Hard Knocks just because even though they try not to show as much as possible, it's still an insider look. You get some information. And the North is a conference that you could possibly see 2 or 3 teams come out into the playoffs each year, just the way they're playing and everything. So to get that inside look to not only a team that we might play, well, Bengals are playing, I think it's the only team out of that list we're playing this regular season, but you can see these guys in the playoffs so you can know what they're going to. Any film, any tape, any insight, anything as a coach and as another team is grateful and helpful. And especially in that division is amazing for us too, because that also lets us know we get to see an inside peek of how Derrick Henry is going to get used by these Ravens as well. So I see this as a blessing in disguise for Titans fans, especially with the year one with Brian Callahan and Denard Wilson as coaching staff. You get to kind of see what some of these other teams are going to be doing if we're trying to make a playoff run at least this year.
Yeah, for sure, man. Plenty of storylines, man. You just brought up Derrick Henry, and then you got the whole Steelers situation up over there with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson don't come in there and be Russell Wilson that was keeping things afloat in Seattle. We may be seeing what Justin Fields got. And then you got, the thing going on in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, trying to rebound He's coming back from, I think, shoulder surgery. You know, if
Yeah.
you know he don't start, you know, being at the Deshaun Watson that we were once afraid of with the Texans. You got a guy up over there by named by Jameis Winston. That's, you know, he always looking to come in and, you know, step into that starting role, man. And then of course you got the Bengals and Joe Burrow. They trying to, you know, rebound from a down season. They trying to make it back to the Super Bowl, man. It's
Losing
plenty
Cali.
right. It's plenty going on within that division.
That
Yeah.
Bengals game is gonna be a good one. That's gonna be
Yeah, man.
the matchup with T. Higgins, Jamar Chase going versus Snead and like Chibo, like that's gonna be a game.
And at least, and Cheetah has at least some inkling of what they want to do too, because he's had to practice against them so many times. So everybody's like, "What are you going to do?" There's two of them. Well, we got one guy in Snead that's a very damn good DB that can lock down and hold his man, no worries there. Then we got another guy over there that's a damn good QB, a DB as well, but also knows these guys and knows what they want, so he can help the defense. Hey, like when Jamar does this, you know he's gonna break outside. If you see Higgins, you know, feet position this way or hands this way, you know he's gonna do it. Like they already know their ticks, they already know all their little things to set off. So let's go. Let's go. We just got Cheetah Bay. You might know what Cheetah Bay, but you ain't gonna know what all that defense gonna do. Cheetah Bay knows what Joe Burrow and those wide receivers are gonna want to do.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's a little insight, and I'm not even thinking about that. That's gonna be a huge factor as well, because that was his teammates. Like he knows those guys, he knows their tendencies, he's seen them enough, you know, gotten enough live reps with them. He's gonna be comfortable stepping out there, and then you already know what Snead brings to the table. That's what he does. So it's gonna be a game.
That's
yeah,
where like some of these off-season signings or drafts and everything that they did this season for Titans, a lot of this stuff made sense to me a lot deeper outside of just it was just good football players. It was just because Cheeto Bay knows the Bengals were going to have to face him or we're going to go playoffs. We got J.C. Latham, which used to practice against Will Anderson all the time, which the Houston Texans love to say is this guy. So we got a guy that knows what you want there. So, and then we got Calvin Ridley sit there and was with the Jags, and we got Nick Holson knows what Jags want to do. So we got players and we got personnel that now knows what other teams that we have to beat to actually make a run in the playoffs knows what they're wanting to do. So we're actually setting up to not just beat one team, but be able to be competitive against any team we have to face.
That's the cool thing. We like collected little gems from across the division.
Yes.
You know, we just, hey, give me a little bit of that. Give me a little bit of that. And now we're kind of mixing our own little batch of cookies over here. And it's mixing. I'll say that. It's looking good for me from what I've seen so far is like the videos and OTAs and stuff, the players that are there and present, and it's promising, very promising. It's exciting as well to see that, and just the energy that seems to be around the team right now. It's one of a kind, and I haven't seen anything like it my entire life, honestly. And I've paid close attention since I was a child. Like I wasn't the hugest fan of watching games when I was younger. I preferred to play in them when I was little league and stuff. But I don't think I've seen the fan base and jumping around it like it is. Even with the hate that like we were talking about earlier, you know, even with the hate and people trying to doubt it and poll rankings and all that nonsense for putting us down, I see the Titans fans are locked in and they're being honest with what they're seeing. It's not just, you know, fan hype of I want my team to win. It's like, no, like it's some facts behind that. You got some guys on that squad, a lot of guys that across the board are gonna make plays. So it's gonna be interesting how it plays out.
Yeah, because you think like, all right, we got Cheetah Bay, that's the Bengals. All right, so we know Bengals is one of the top teams in the AFC. We got to get past if we want a Super Bowl or make a playoff run. Then we got Snead, who also knows Kansas City inside and what Patrick Mahomes want to do if we don't want to make a Super Bowl playoff run. Then you got Denard Wilson, who knows what the Ravens want to do. So we got guys that definitely are going to help us be able to defeat the teams like we want. And like what I tell everybody when they keep sleeping on us, like we're going to be a Cincinnati offense with a Ravens defense. That's going to be scary for the NFL to realize and figure out once we get everything to click and everybody understands what we're wanting to do and be cohesive as one unit. That's a very scary front to be putting out there.
Just hearing it sounds scary. Just thinking. I'm picturing it in the two-tone blue, how fast the offense is moving, how shut down, how aggressive the defense is. Like that's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary, man.
Yes,
Man, Bean, before we wrap up the show, man, I gotta ask you, man.
What's up?
That college football 25 coming out, man. We finally getting that college football game back in our lives, man. Who you running with on that?
Ooh.
Day one.
Good
Out the
question.
gate.
Day one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna play with Shador. I want to see the Travis Hunter. I haven't got to run into them yet. So like, some of my friends have played with them, in, younger leagues or in college and stuff like that. But I want to see how comparison wise to what I've seen on tape and how it feels in the game, the mechanics of the game and stuff. I want to see how like the Buffaloes are looking. I think I'm gonna pick them up. They're on the cover and stuff, so. I think that'll be, if you ask like first game, I'm probably gonna go with them. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's probably gonna be the same for me too. But man, I'm trying to play with different teams or whatever,
Yeah,
man. I mean, I don't get to watch college as much as I used to, but man, just getting locked back into what's going on, different teams, and I always lean towards that team that's on the cusp of becoming one of those top teams. I mean, like I said, I don't know much about college right now, but
if you're watching anybody that is on the cusp of getting there with this new 12-team playoff, Memphis. Okay,
big Memphis.
Yeah, big Memphis, not the little one. They are, and I got look. I just talked to him this weekend. So like, and I saw it when I was destroying one-on-ones. Like, them boys is ready, and they really got an opportunity. They've always been a good program. So and I grew up watching them games, going to the games. I got to meet Anthony Miller a couple days ago. Got in contact with him. I'm supposed to be getting some work in with him within the next couple weeks. So that's exciting. And man, that's a program that is they right there. And I think this is the year they're about to do it. Because I think they've always had that kind of caliber of team where if they go into some games, they could definitely make it happen and pull out with a win. But I think now they're with the 12-team playoffs, they're definitely going to get a shot and I think they'll be that group of five team. And I think they could take it. How things are spaced out, with Saban and everything going. We know there's a Saban effect.
Yeah.
Effect, guys. That's the thing. That's a real thing. Like, I watched that my childhood. It is not the same anymore. Like, all of that is gone. It's different. Things are spreading out. Teams are spreading out. There's not really a super team, mega team like that. I wouldn't even say Georgia is at that point, where they're that dominant, but they are a very, very good program. But I think with that 12-team playoffs, it opens it up. Anything can really happen in that situation now too, because that's a lot of good teams getting the opportunity on big stages, and it's about who shows. Football is always about who shows up on that day. And the game, thank God we got a NCAA coming out. Thank you. We needed that. It's a long time coming.
We needed that in our life, man. I mean, I feel like man was on his last leg, man. I ain't gonna lie. We had to do another year of just strictly that. I think that would have took everybody to their boiling point.
Bro, yes.
Same thing over and over and over again. I need
never
something
fixing nothing.
Never fixing nothing. The same bugs and fixes. Yeah.
I still get sucked in and pulled into blocks when I'm trying to go run, or sucked and pulled into tackles and shit. I want to have a DB that comes across and cuts the routes. Yeah, bro, it's crazy, and that's why I always miss the college game, because the college game used to at least bare minimum keep Madden in check, because there was another football game. So you couldn't just sit here and say, we're not fixing this stuff. And we've heard it from the Madden community for a long time, where they asked the developers, why aren't you fixing things? Why aren't you fixing things? And finally, the EA developers came out. It's like, we have made all the pitches that y'all have asked for to Madden, for the top executives at Madden and NFL. They don't want to make the changes. So stop saying it's us at EA. So I know EA is more than happy right now too, because college is coming. Yeah. They're able to put in a bunch of stuff. I already seen new features, like if you trade to a defensive player and it gives you the wrong one, you flick the right analog stick and they'll put you to the next closest defender real quick. And I used to love with the college too, because you talked about Buffaloes. That's Colorado's probably one of the teams I'm gonna play with too early, but just because of the sideline antics and animations that they have too. I know them prime animations, the turnover thrown over there, that, and then the Miami with the turnover necklace. Bro, I'm going to those things. I love getting the pick and doing those things and see that cut scene go to the sideline.
Yeah.
So, bro, I'm so
Yeah,
ready for college football to be back.
Yeah. No, that's an aspect that you don't get in the NFL at all. And I think you lose some of that when you're going to the professional sense. And I've always said that I feel like college and NFL is two different things. I think you really, professionals are more about the heart of the game and trying to, get to that chip. Or in college, you're chasing that dream of making it. And, it's something beautiful about that. So it's definitely cool to have that game come out, finally get a new addition to that. And yeah, we needed a break. I think everyone needs a break. If you're a football fan, you want to get away from the NFL too, because it's different energy. As exciting as it is, you want to have your college team to sit back and watch on Saturdays, man, because they want it. They want it bad. Like me speaking from coming from that, I want to go out and go get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up for the night. Hey, Bean, man, this been one dope-ass show. We appreciate you coming through, man, chopping it up with us, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
Man, you can follow me at Always Do Better on Instagram, and you follow me on Armon Bean on Twitter, and I think it's Ace.Boogie, Ace with a period, Boogie on YouTube, because I'm gonna be putting out more and more content for y'all. If y'all want to keep up with me as far as like my journey and everything, and see some of the training I've been doing, what I've been working on. That's all gonna be up there. I'm working on that as much as I can, trying to recover from this whole car crash incident. Thanking God that I'm here, but I think big things are in store. Thank y'all so much for having me on, man. It's been a blessing. I was so happy when you reached out to me about doing this, and the perfect timing. So it's good. It's been a great experience, man. Just God bless y'all, man. For real.
Yeah, for sure, man. I told you, man, and me and Armon, we've been in contact with each other way before today or whatever. Whenever I hit them up about getting on the show, and I told you, like, we gonna get you on there whether you get picked up or not, man.
Right.
And this show has been everything I thought it was gonna be, and more so, man. Once again, appreciate you, man. Wish you the best with everything. We're gonna have to do this again, most definitely.
Yeah, man, I'm down, man. I'll make time. I'll make time. I'll definitely make time for y'all guys. Y'all good people, man. It's been awesome talking to you off live, on live. Y'all are real, man. So hey, tighten up for sure.
Hey, man. Yeah, appreciate that. Hey, man, and if you ever need clips put together for you, I'll be more than happy to throw stuff together. I do the clips and editing here, so if you need another person, throw some stuff, man, just send me some clips. I'll be more than happy to throw some stuff together.
All right.
Firestone can get you popping for real, man. Firestone most definitely can get you lit.
All right, bet.
Hell yeah.
Firestone.
But hey, man, thank you everybody for watching tonight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Make sure you tap in with all of our sponsors. Lions, I'm finna mess it up again, Firestone. Lions Den Beer Collection.com, man. Sunny Smiles Coffee. Make sure you download Road Mail's new EP. Rookie of the Year, man. I'm telling you, RJ doing some big things, man. Make sure you join the Titans Militia group on Facebook, man. They gonna keep it funky with you through and through, man. And Wilson, man. Y'all go holler at our guy Wilson, man. Let Wilson put you in your dream vehicle, man, at Music City Autoplex, man. Go to MusicCityAutoplex.com, man. Check out their inventory, because I'm telling you, man, they got some stuff that you gonna want to jump in or whatever. So you might as well, hey, if you're worried about, credit or whatever, hey, man, look, man, just go holler at Wilson, man. He gonna take care of you, most definitely. But it's finna hold y'all no longer. It's Monday. We got things we got to do. We working, grinding, trying to accomplish all our goals. So, man, everybody watching tonight, man, it's been real. Thank y'all. And tighten the fuck up. Let's go.